Welcome to my YouTube channel, Dr. Moithangaina. Today we are handling a very controversial topic, a very important topic among ladies, and basically I will be handling about the counting of the 7 days, on how you can know when you are likely to conceive, how you can know when you are not likely to conceive. I'll start by saying that every person has his fertile days and unfertile days, and these days differs depending on your cycle. First of all, I start by telling you that there are different types of cycles. There are women who have up to 21 cycles, others up to 26. There are ones of 28, 30, and 35-day cycle. And all these days, the fertile and the infertile days are totally different from each other. So today, I'll talk about the 21-day cycle, and I'll talk about the 28-day cycle with one formula that is used in all the cycles, may to be 21, 26, 28, 30, or 35. The formula is the same. Now, even before I proceed, I would like to say that in every cycle, we have three constant numbers. We have number 18, which is a constant number. We have number 4, which is a constant number. And we have number 5, which are constant numbers. So these are the numbers that we shall use onto calculating the safe and the unsafe period of a woman. Now, number 1, we will first have the 21 calculation, and then we'll have the 28 days calculation. Starting with the 21 days cycle calculation, what we'll do is we will take the 21, this 21 cycle, then from 21 we subtract 18. The answer that we are getting after we subtract 18 from 21, it will be 3. So this 3 number, we put it there. So after now you say the 21-day cycle, you subtract 18. This 3 becomes the start of your unfertile days. Alright. Now after now calculating these and you say 21 minus 18, you get it 3. You take this number 4, you take this 3, the answer that you got, you add 4 in it, giving you a total of 7. So you realize that on the 7th, this will be the ovulation day. This is the ovulation day. Then after now you got this 7, the 7 that you got here, you will say it's 7. You hand 5 onto it, giving 8 into 12. So this 12 becomes the end of the fertile days. Now, taking the month of June calendar that goes from date 1, we have 2, we have 3, all the days that we are counting here. I will write up to date 20, counting this one from June. Now, if it happens you received your menses on 2nd of June, using the 21-day cycle, I want to show you on how you can know when you are likely to get pregnant or when you are not likely to get pregnant. Getting back to our calculation, this 21 is the constant and also 18 is the constant depending on your cycle. Now, taking your 21-day cycle, subtracting 18, you got the answer is 3. Now, assuming you started menstruating on the 2nd, now this is the day that you started having your menses. You will now count 3 days from the very first day of your menses. You say is 1, 2, 3. So you mark on this date, on date 4, you mark it. This is now will be the beginning of your unsafe period. After that now, you will be saying the answer that you get here, you count for in 7. From the very first day that you started menstruating, you count 7 days. So it will be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now on 8th, this will be your ovulation day. Now, after that, we send the answer that you got here, you went 5, giving it to 12. So you will count 12 days from the second. So up to here, it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So up to here, up to the 13, this will be the end of your fertile days. So in this case, you realize that from date 4 up to date 13, you are unsafe. Now, this is will be your unsafe days or the unsafe period. Now, even before I proceed, I would like to remind you that this is the group of people who gets pregnant while they are on their menses. Assuming you receive your menses on the second, assuming it happens that you have sex on 34 when you are still on your menses, you are very likely to get pregnant. Assuming you have sex immediately after your menses, that will having maybe sex on date 5, you are still a candidate of conceiving because the ovulation phase or the fertile phase of a 21-day cycle starts immediately after the menses. Now, this is the calculation for 21-day cycle. Using now the calculation for 28 days cycle. 28-day cycle, we will come still and say this 28, we subtract our 18, which is a constant number, giving it a total of 10. So this 10 will be the beginning of the unsafe period. Now, after this now, we have our 4, which is a constant number. Now you will say the 10, the answer that we got here, you say the 10, then you want 4, giving it to 14. Now this will be your ovulation day. This will be your ovulation day. Now this is 14, the answer that we got there. You say this 14, you add 5, which is a constant number, giving it 19. So this will be the end of your fertile days. In this case, you are saying this. Assuming you started menstruating on 2nd of June, right? So you count 10 days because on the 10th day, this will be the beginning of your unsafe period. So from second here, we count up to 10 days. Now we'll count this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as from 11, now this will be the beginning of your unsafe period. Now this is 10. On the 14th day will be your ovulation day. Again, you will count 14 days from the second. So from here to here, this is 10 days. This is 11, 12, 13, 14. So the date 15, this will be your ovulation. Date 15, that will be your ovulation day. Now, after that, we have up to date 19. Now, you count 19 days from the very first day that you started getting your menses. That is from second. So, from second here, you count up to 19 days. So, up to here it's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So, this is up to date 20. So, up to date 20, this will be the end of your fertile days. So, in this case, you realize that if your 28-day cycle, as from date 11 up to date 20, you are very fertile. Or in other words, you can easily get pregnant into this phase. Now, these are the people who are very very safe. These are the people who cannot get pregnant while on their menses. These are the people who cannot get pregnant immediately after their menses. But in this group of 21-day cycle, the 21-day cycle, you can get pregnant even one day after your period, all when you are still on your menses. Now, talking of the 35, talking of the 30 days, and talking of 26 days, as long as you know your cycle, as long as you know you menstruate after every 21 days, as long as you know you menstruate after every 28 days, the formula still remains the same. The formula does not change. What only changes is the cycle. Now, maybe there's a person somewhere asking, how can you know your cycle? How can you know whether you belong to 21 or 28? So what we mean by cycle is by whereby the days that you stay. If you menstruated from 2nd of June, the days in between there until you menstruate again, those are the days that we refer to as your cycle. So if you menstruated on 2nd of June, then you menstruate again on 2nd of July, then this means that you belong to 13 days. Because from 2nd of June to 2nd of July we have 13 days. So it means your cycle belongs to 30 days. If you menstruate on 2nd of June and then again you menstruate maybe on 30th of June, your cycle belongs to 28 days. So this is where majority of you makes a mistake. Majority of you believes that if you menstruate on 2nd and then again you menstruate on 2nd the other month and 2nd the other month, that's your cycle is regular. This is wrong. Your cycle becomes regular if you menstruate strictly after every 28 days. Meaning, if you menstruated on 2nd of June, 28 days, by 28 days will be on that year. So if you belong to 28-day cycle, in a longer month you can menstruate even twice, and that is strictly regular. If you menstruated of 2nd of June and out again 2nd of July, then it means your cycle is 30 days. And then another thing, you cannot know your cycle within the very first month. You can only know your cycle after you have taken a track of your menses for at least 3 months. That is, if it happens in June, you menstruated after 28 days, then again in July again, you menstruate another after 28 days, and again in March, you menstruate after 28 days. So these are the 3 consecutive months falling under 28 days. Then that's when you can term that your cycle belongs to 28. Now, assuming that maybe you menstruate on maybe in June, this June you menstruated after 21 days, then in July you menstruated after 28 days, maybe August you menstruated after 28 days, September you menstruated after 26. Going to that, so you count 6 months. So if this is June, you will count as from June up to December, recording the dates. Now, assuming that in June it was 21 days, July 28, August 28, September 26, October ikakuwa 21, then November again 28, December 28. These are the days that varies. Every month you are menstruating after certain duration of time. So for you to know your cycle, you take the shortest cycle here, and the shortest number here is 21. So this 21 will live to be the number your cycle days. And now this is the number that you are supposed to use to count the fertile days and the infertile days. But I want you to keep in mind this thing. 18, it's a constant number. Number 4, it's a constant number. And 5, it's also a constant number. And the secret is here. You carry your cycle length, make that your 35, you subtract 18. That one, the 18 number will never change. You subtract 18. The answer that you will get after subtracting 18 from your cycle length, that then belongs, and that then becomes the very first day of your unsafe period. So if again maybe you go to a menses on 10 of May, right? Then you will say 28 minus 18, giving it to 10. So you count 10 days from the very first day you menstruated. And that is now where I don't want you to mess. So the number that you get here, you come back to the day that you started menstruating, you count. So these three, after now, the answer that you got here, you will add 4. The answer that you get after handing 4 from the sum here, that number will become your ovulation day. Again, the answer that you get that will be your ovulation date into 8 onto 8 you add 5. The number that you get becomes the end of your fertile days. That is the only secret that we have here. So may it be you belong to 35, may it you belong to 30, the formula remains the same. So that's how we calculate the safe and the unsafe period. We are all giving this gap of days because the sperm has its lifespan and also the ova has its lifespan. So even if you are ovulating on maybe you are ovulating on date 8 and then it happens you have sex on date 5, a sperm have a lifespan of up to 5 days. It means the sperm that was ejaculated on date 5 will still remain alive up to all those days. And if there will be this ovulation here, the sperm will still be alive, so it will lead to fertilization, right? So that is the reason why we are giving all these days difference. And now that's how we should calculate our cycle, and that's how we should calculate our fertile and the infertile days. So if it happens you want to get pregnant, play into this uh, play using your calendar. If you don't want to get pregnant, then again, be very careful on how you calculate. And the secret here is knowing your cycle, because majority of the women doesn't know where their cycle belongs. But if at all you will be careful and then you realize that you belong to 28 days and you follow this calculation, you will never get pregnant when you don't want, and you will get pregnant if you want. So that with that calculation, it marks the end of our discussion today. Please don't forget to comment, don't forget to share, don't forget to do the most important thing, that is subscribing to my channel. Again, press the notification bell so that anytime I update a new video, you will be notified. Until next time for another video, bye bye.